I'm Scott Al Miller. It is the 19th of August, 2023. This is my vlog of daily life living in Leon, Nicaragua. Today I'm going to be giving mostly a news update. We've got an upcoming wedding. We've had a big storm, and I'm doing some of this stuff kind of as it happens. So we're going to be jumping forward in time and telling you about what's happening on the dates in the future so that you're getting this in kind of real time. We're going to get to all of that right after the bump. I'm in a little bit of a scramble this week because we're going to a wedding in Managua tomorrow. That means we have a lot going on. I'm recording this on Friday. You'll be watching this on Saturday. So on the day that you're seeing this, assuming you do what I recommend, which is getting up in the morning, getting yourself a coffee and watching my show as a way to start your day, obviously that's how you should be starting your day because this is a daily show. There are not very many shows that you can get up and treat like a morning show. This is one of them, so highly recommend that. Anyway, so if you're doing that, it is on the day that you are watching the show. We have a wedding, a big, formal, Catholic, Nicaraguan, all-out wedding in downtown Managua. This is kind of epic, and I do generally really enjoy weddings, so I'm really looking forward to this from a cultural standpoint. I really want to see, what a full, like I've been to weddings in Nicaragua, but I've never been to like a big formal one. I've been to like small ones in the village on the beach, so this is going to be very different. So I'm very interested to see like how this all goes. I'm also very nervous about having a very long period of time in which I need to be in a full suit, because it is a suit, and many of you may be unaware, but Nicaragua is tropical. It's really, really warm here. So that's going to be a little bit rough. But the whole thing should be, and really glad to celebrate their day with them. And I generally like weddings, so hopefully we're going to go dancing and have a good time, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We will see what it's like. I really don't know too much of what to expect, but it's happening right in the middle of Managua. We're going to be staying at the Hilton Princess, which is very nice and right downtown. We can basically walk to everything. The wedding's actually in Los Robles, where we hang out quite often. So our plan is we've got the wedding itself, which is formal, and then the reception is at the Japanese Gardens there in Managua. And then when that is done, we're able to walk, change first, because we're going to be very, very warm, probably shower, change at the hotel, and then just head out for an evening out in Los Robles. It would be a pretty big waste to be there and not bother going out. So that is our plan. So we're going to be there all day. We got to get in there about noon. We've got friends coming in and gonna have a lot of people staying here at the house. We have just a lot going on. So we've got people coming to stay at the house. So there's lots of people here all weekend. We're gonna be there around noon, gonna be there all night and staying until Sunday and then coming back on Sunday. So that is going to make for a busy weekend. That means I'm really busy today because I've got to get, at minimum, 2 videos out, or I'm in big trouble because I have no way to get them edited in time. So this one will be going up Saturday morning. I have to record the one for Sunday morning before we leave. Can't do any of that from there. If I absolutely have to, I can leave some of it with Liesl and have her edit it before I go, but that's the kind of position I'm in that I will need to do that. So trying not to leave that with her and trying to have everything done, especially because coming up on Monday, I have a dog drinking out of, I got to get this because you can hear it. I also need to get Mondays ready pretty quickly because I'm going to be scrambling on Sunday afternoon after all of that. But overall doing okay, and today has been so far a good day. We've been busy with work all this week, but good stuff, and pretty happy with that. This morning I got up and I invented a new food. I'm putting it here, so later when someone tries to claim that they invented it, we can look back at this video and say, no, Scott invented it about 2 months before you saw this video, but today we actually tried it, and that is the Eggs Benedict burrito. Yes, you heard it right, folks. We invented the Eggs Benedict burrito. I had that for breakfast today, and it's amazing. I wish I had video of it, but I will get video of it very soon because I will be having it on a regular basis. Now, you could put the hollandaise sauce into the burrito, but right now we're testing it with dunking to give us a feel for just how much sauce there needs to be and how messy it might be. So we're tuning the process, and we're trying to figure out what meat substitutes will make sense for a lot of you. Of course, back bacon or Canadian bacon is going to be your meat of choice. But for those of us who don't do that, I did not have spinach or espinaca here today, but we're going to get that soon. So it's going to be actually an eggs Florentine burrito in that particular case, but we're making artificial meats here, fake meat products here in the house now. We're actually coming up with like a pipeline for this, and we're going to try it with like fake bacon and some other things really soon. So we're experimenting with that, but the initial trial with a straight up eggs Benedict meatless burrito was fantastic. It was delicious. And Luciana has just ordered some for lunch as well, so she's going to give it a try. So for the last 2 days, starting yesterday, which was Thursday, early in the morning, and all through today, we have had unbelievable amounts of rain. A tropical depression has formed off of the coast here, so out in the Pacific, and we have had just this warm air off the Pacific has just been sucked over lowland Nicaragua, and it has been pouring on us from the Nicoya Peninsula, which is the northwest corner of Costa Rica, all the way up to the Bay of Fonseca, which is the border with Honduras. Everything in low-lying western Nicaragua has just been inundated with storms. Yesterday, we heard that there was a village in northern Rivas near the Ochobogo River, hopefully I got that right, had to be evacuated. Rivas itself, all kinds of problems. Managua is a bit of a disaster. Trees down all over the place. Traffic is at a standstill still today. Trucks being swept away in rivers. Like, there's a lot of flooding. Out here in Leon, it's just been a ton of rain, which is good. We are short. You know, it's been kind of a drought year, so getting a lot of rain is good, and it's been relatively steady for 2 entire days, so it's soaking into the ground here in Western Leon. Our ground is nice and absorbent, but we have not had any like flooding that we've seen. Nothing's been flowing. It's just collected and gone into the ground. So our aquifers are getting replenished, which is excellent. Not that we've noticed any problems, but you know, we are at a point where we are for once in a while actually watering the lawn or whatever, which during the rainy season is not something you want to be doing. You really want to be saving that for the dry season. So we're glad that there's been so much rain that this is replenishing that which has been being used. We're also having a ton of work done on the house because of the rain. We've noticed this is the heaviest, longest rain we've had yet since we've lived out here in Sutiava, and we've noticed some problems with the roof. They're all very minor, but we're having all that fixed. There's been a lot of roof maintenance going on and that kind of stuff. Today, we also are paying the deposit on and should be getting, I think within the next 24 hours, my neon sign. Now, we originally ordered an actual neon sign, and it's supposed to be orange, so it'd be real neon. Not just a neon sign, but a neon sign, right? For those who don't know, neon signs are glass tubes full of a gas that you excite into a plasma state, and it gives off light. Well, depending on the gas you use, changes the color that it gives, so only kind of an orangey glow is actually caused by neon. That is the thing they used first, but in the years since, they use lots of other things, such as argon, xenon, hydrogen, helium, and carbon dioxide. Among other things, and they used to do a lot of coloring of it with a mercury gas, but that's less common now for hopefully obvious reasons. But so this one was going to be an actual neon sign, but due to the complication of the design, they said they have to use something new called flex neon, which is essentially LEDs put into a tube that ends up glowing a lot like neon, and you can do a lot more with it. The downside is it's not an authentic neon sign. The upside is it's way more practical. It uses almost no energy. You can do designs with it you can't do otherwise. It costs less. If I really had the choice, the LED one is the way to go. For a moment, I thought I was actually getting a neon sign made from actual neon, and the whole thing seemed like a really cool thing to do and just have like authentic neon, but the fake neon is way more practical. I can leave it on all the time. I don't have to worry about it burning out. I don't think neon itself actually burns out I think it lasts for a really long time, but I've never had one. Right, LEDs obviously I've had, but I've never had one that looks like this. So I'm very interested in seeing what the final result is going to be, and I'm excited because of how it's going to look and how I'm going to get to use it. So that's very, very cool. I also had someone come by this morning and use my office to do a podcast, like a video recording of a podcast. And they got in there and like, yeah, we got these quilts and stuff. Like, it's cool. You got lots of different. And then they really got a view of my new wood wall that Chepe built for me. And they're like, oh no, we're going to use that and film the whole thing using that. So it's cool that my office has been used as a little bit of a studio because of the studio work that I did. I picked out the design and said, Chepe, build this for me. So all the work that Chepe did, mounting it, building it, all that has come to fruition, and other people are using it as well, which is really cool. So tonight, being Friday night, we actually have Marcella's making it into town. She's been out. Her kids have been very sick. She's actually been in the hospital with them for a week, almost exactly. They're doing much better, so thank goodness for that. And she's actually coming out tonight to join us. And so we are all going out with the Nicaragua team, going to Via Via, as we often do, but it's a really good venue for us to do recording and promotion and stuff, so we tend to go there. We're going to be heading there to see Rockman Bronza play, which we went and saw last week with Frank from the channel, but I was not able to record there because of the venue. We were at Patio El Padrino and there's no signal there, so I couldn't live stream, and that was what we were planning on doing that night. So because we missed that, we're going to be doing that from Via Via tonight. At least that's the plan. And if that worked out, you will have already seen that, right? They'll already be up on the channel by the time this gets there. And we're not going out super late because we've got all the stuff going on tomorrow, but we do want to do that because it's part of what we do and getting the promotions done and all that. And all the cool new stuff with Nicaragua. Every time we go out, there's a bunch of new features on the site. Like now, one of the cool things that came out this week is that every event that gets put on Nicaragua, and this just started, so there's not that much yet, gets automatically posted to an event stream on Nicaloro.com, which is basically like a Twitter replacement. It is a Mastodon system and part of the Fediverse. So if you're on like Mastodon.social or anything like that, you can subscribe to, for example, Nicaragua Evento at Nicaloro.com. And even though you're not on the same system, because it's in the Fediverse, you're able to get that constant stream of events going on. Not that very many people are going to want to look at events that way. It's more for people to search and look for keywords that are coming up or whatever. But if it's something you just want to see every event going on, you can do that. And it's kind of interesting. But it's neat that it's feeding that automatically now. And it's another way that people can subscribe. And of course, you can be subscribed to like a band that you're following, say Cadejo or Rockman Bronza is going to be playing. You can go to their page, just like you would on Twitter, subscribe to them and see anytime that they get mentioned or whatever. So that kind of power is now in the system and all added this week. So neat things going on like that that I'm excited about, and we are really making an effort to promote Nicaragua because so much work has gone into that, and it's just making so much sense. Like, it's such a cool thing, and everybody just, it's so usable, and people are like, this is really awesome that it's so infrequent that people come to extranjeros, expats, come to Nicaragua. And so often you get this, oh, we're going to do this thing, we're going to open this business, we're going to do that thing, we're going to make this thing, and everybody has these grandiose dreams. And then when they get here, the reality of it's not magic. You can't just snap your fingers and have a business. You have to put in all the work you would anywhere else or whatever, hits, and nothing ever comes to fruition. So people are very used to getting stories of all these big things that are coming and then never see them at all. I mean, I can tell you, before we moved here, there was, you know, we would look online and see all these things going on in Leon, or, you know, like that, as if they had already happened. And then when we get here, you find out that these are just websites that someone put up, and no one ever built this business, no one ever opened this business, no one ever constructed this building, whatever. It was all just, you know, artist renderings of things that might happen someday in the future, and they had never actually gotten started. It wasn't like it was underway or anything. That's very much the Nicaraguan experience with a lot of expats. Obviously, there are things that have been built all over, but the number of people who come and say something's going to be built and then never do anything is really high. So that we'll believe it when we see it mentality has really kind of sunk in. And in this case, you know, this is a series of products that no one heard anything about, no one talked about until they released and were already being used. And so when you show people like Nicaragua, Nicaloro, and they go to look at it and they're like, wait, this isn't a thing that's going to happen someday. This is right now. You can just sign in and start using it right this second. What? That's crazy. So people are very excited that it's something they can actually use right away at this very moment, and it's neat. We're very happy with the number of people who are using it and the responses that we're getting. So talked about that a bit. That is our news for the day. I'm going to get this uploaded and get this ready for you guys. Sorry, it was kind of a boring one today, but I can't be so on point every day. I just can't. Some days it has to be a lighter day. It's just the way it is, but the rain has made it that I can't really go for a walk or anything, because I know right now it looks pretty good. I'm recording this in a quick break in the storm, but when it comes down, it is so heavy. There's no way I could realistically be out there in it. It would be quite bad, and the camera would be unable to record, even though they are GoPros and waterproof. my microphone set and stuff are not. So that is important that I can go get images in the rain, but I can't do the show in the rain in any real sense. So thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe, and I will see all of you tomorrow.